Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Rowdy Girl Animal Sanctuary. Well, actually it's Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. I always want to call it Rowdy Girl Animal Sanctuary. But it's Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. This is our first time supporting them through Twitch, so I'm super excited. All you have to do to support them and help them help the animals is watch my streams and bring your friends, because I'll be making a donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count on Twitch. You can also donate to our fundraiser here on Twitch, or you can find a link to them in the chat here or in my Twitch description, or if you're watching the recording on YouTube, there'll be a link in the description there. And learn more about them and make a donation directly through their website. Today is Wednesday, which means it's time for some illustration, and I am really hoping to finish this Onomatopoeia bees ink work. This is what I left off on last time before I went on my awesome 2-week birthday vacation. There's not actually that much left to do. And once I finish it, I can scan it in. So it'll be awesome if I can do this today. I can scan it in and create Patreon rewards, because what I wanted to do was send the inked lines here as March's Patreon rewards. It's April now, so I already informed my patrons that it's going to be a little bit longer. I was hoping that this clipboard would work, but no, I can't use it because it's just too, this is too big for this. It's just barely, It's where I've been storing the piece anyway, because I can fold it. It's 2 sheets of shaper, 2 sheets of paper taped together on the back. I did that originally because when I started this project, this is, I think, the 8th piece that I've done for this project, I had a small scanner. So to make it possible to get a nice clean scan, I drew it on 2 sheets of paper, and then that way I could scan one, scan the other, then put it together, sort of stitch it together in Photoshop. But I started this project in college, and when I graduated college, my awesome parents-in-law got me a huge scanner, so I don't have to do that anymore, but I'm continuing to do it for continuity for this piece. So I think I'm going to look at what's in my sketch kit here first, but I think what I had been doing was just using my micron pens. Let's see. Oh yeah, I even have notes here on the side in the margin, Pigma 0853 and 2, so yeah, I think that's what I was doing. So I'll leave my sketch kit open though, just in case I need something from it. This is over here. And let's see, I'll start on this side, I think. Hopefully, it's really nice weather outside, so I have my window open today. Spring has sprung, as they say. But there's some kids out beyond my fence, like, doing kid stuff and, like, screaming and stuff. So hopefully that's not coming through on the stream too much. It's not all the time. It's just, like, typical kid stuff where every once in a while there's a big wail that comes out and you're like, oh. So hopefully that's not too annoying if you are hearing it. All right, let's see. I finished all the bees. I have this 02 down here. It looks like I used the 03 for this bee, but maybe the 02. So let's just go to 02. That is the special micron size, which is not related to like anything. It's a 0.3 millimeter line. That always bugs me. I will never stop talking about that. But we're going to use the 02. Hello, Whoa! Thank you for subscribing again at tier 1. 21 months. Holy crap! 21 months streak. Thank you so much. Wow! says 24 months at tier 1, 21 months streak. It's confusing because it's saying it different in either place, but thank you so much for supporting me. I'm so glad to see you in the chat too. Hope you're doing well. If you just want to lurk, that's cool. If you want to chat, I'm here. You can let me know how things are going. Is spring sprung over there too? It's the time of year where even I, the cloud-loving, precipitation-loving person I am, even I appreciate a sunny day like today. Ah, busy with work. Roger that. Ooh, crazy storms. Wonder if it was related to what we had. We didn't have so much crazy storms this week so far, but we did have rain on Monday, clouds all day yesterday, but it's all cleared up by now. I think we did have some crazy storms the week before, though. I can't remember anymore. The weather is always all over the place these days, so I don't even know. I can't remember what happened. And you can't trust the weather forecast. I don't know if it's like that where you are, but even the weather forecast the night before could be totally different the next day. And you just can't really plan very well using that. Dog barking out there. Hopefully that's not annoying. Let me know if it's annoying. If it's annoying to hear the neighborhood noises coming in through my window, let me know, because I want y'all to have a nice time too. So it doesn't really bother me, but I stream to share with you guys, so it matters. Your experience matters. All right, one little thistle bud done. Let's do this next one. I'm not even looking at the reference images anymore at this point. There's no point because I've already got the lines. I will look at them later when I'm doing the coloring. That'll make a difference. What I've done so far with these pieces is the animals are colored completely unrealistically. They're all shades of the rainbow. Like a red one, a blue one, green one, yellow one. But the environment is naturalistic. Of course it's bright and vibrant, kind of cartoony, colorful, but it's not unrealistic colors. So these flowers will be realistically colored. So I'll definitely need more reference images later. But first, we got to finish these lines, get them digitized. I think what I'll do is send the original lines as Patreon rewards. And then what I've always done with these pieces is refine the lines in Photoshop before starting coloring. So I will refine the lines after making the Patreon rewards because I don't want to delay them any further. Since this month I am doing the spring vegan market, I was very happily chosen as a vendor again. So I have learned from the last two vegan markets that I just need to be realistic and give myself the week before the market to prepare, because there's so much to prepare every time. So that means as far as streaming is concerned, I only have 2 streaming weeks this month. So 1 week is going to be vegan market prep, and another week is going to be it's just going to be like the last 2 days of the month or whatever. It's going to be the start of my May rest week, which is what I sort of started it last year, but this year I'm specifically using these rest weeks to take care of things that I don't have time to when I'm streaming and doing my regular work. So stuff like tidying up my studio, which I'm always talking about, and I made huge progress on that last month, which made me feel like, yes, taking the rest week every month is the right thing to do. And there'll always be some other things, like little housekeeping things or little projects that keep getting pushed to the side because they're not quite as important as everything else, and then you just never have time to work on them, though they do need to get done eventually someday. Could be stuff like updating my portfolio or applying for a grant or, little stuff like that that's not everyday work, but you do got to carve out time for it. So that's what my rest weeks are for, and that's why I will only have 2 weeks for streaming this month. So I really want to get March's rewards out so that I can have a little bit of time to make April's rewards so that those aren't also late. It's my long story getting to that point. Do you work in art for your regular job? Yes. I'm doing my best. I don't make very much, honestly, but I'm working on it. So the vegan market springing up last October was awesome. It was a way for me to connect with new potential clients, audience members, etc., and meet them in person. And also to just sell some of my art to folks. So I've been really excited every time I've been chosen, and it's giving me confidence to try maybe some of these bigger art shows that go on in the area, but the reason I haven't done any of them is because they have a huge upfront cost. And so I'm like, is it worth it to do $100 just to apply? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not making a lot of money, but like you said, I'm doing something I enjoy, and that's definitely worth the trade-off. And I'm working on some really big projects, so one day I might not have to try so hard to find my audience. I get some of my books published. That's what I'm working toward. This project is part of a book project. It's going to be an art book with all of these animal onomatopoeia together. And I really would be super happy if a publisher wanted to take it on and help me reach the kind of people who would appreciate it and enjoy it. But I've got to finish it first. That's the thing with all of my projects. I've got to finish them. I've created a lot of really big projects for myself. My novel is huge too. I've been working on that. I've been officially, as in I have written stuff for it since I think 2019. And that is not even how long I had been thinking about it. That was just when I finally said, why not? Why can't I just go ahead and write this? Because I always thought to myself, in a perfect world, I would write and publish and illustrate novels. And finally, one day, after years of thinking that randomly, that thought would pop into my head randomly. And then I was like, why don't I just do it? There's nothing stopping me. There's no reason I can't. So I've been working on that ever since. I worked on it again today. I finally got through this really tough part, and I'm in the first round of revisions. So I'm creating draft 2. And in some places it's way easier than creating the story from scratch, which was what draft 1 was about. And there were some parts of that which is so hard, and you're just sitting there and you're like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I can't think of anything. I don't know what to write. And those times are really, really hard. But I'm finding that sometimes it's not so easy as just like change the point of view from first person to, no, what I'm doing is from third person to first person. That's a sort of mechanical change. It doesn't require very much thought. But there are other things that as I am revising the story, I realize, oh, this would make so much more sense. And then so you have to go back through everything you've already done and incorporate that back into the beginning. So today it was really nice because I had been stuck on this one paragraph because it made me realize something that required me to change a bunch of things in everything that had come before that. So I felt pretty good about today's hour of work. I bought a sci-fi book from a seller at a local comic festival. Haven't read it yet, but the person was super passionate about their work, was so happy when I bought one. Oh, that's so wonderful. I can imagine you totally made their day. Aw, that's so nice. That's a good story. That might be me one day. I am prepared to explore all avenues. Of course, I want to go traditional publishing first. Just see if anyone shares my vision and feels my passion and wants to take on my project. But if there is no one, if I apply to like 50 publishers and nobody's interested, there's so many other routes I could go, including self-publishing, which could include stuff like just selling copies that I produced myself, because you can just get your book published. It physically published. And there's not like some legal requirement or anything. You just send the manuscript in and then we'll print it for you. So that might be me one day. So it's nice that folks are willing to take a chance. I've done that too before. When I specifically remember a time when someone was at the local bookshop and they were the only person there, like nobody had shown up yet for their signing. So when we walked in and they were sitting there at the table and they were the only one, we were like, well, let's just go see what it's like. And it was a fantasy book. So I was like, oh, well, this is what I like. So I did like you. I just bought it and they were so happy. I would buy some stickers of your TVs. I've been thinking about that. I do have the buttons that I made of the food, those food icons. And I sold some of those at the last vegan market. But I was thinking that the stickers would be nice because I always design it as a sticker. Like with the aesthetic of a sticker, is what I'm saying. Ah, you love going to local artists and buying stickers. Yeah, stickers are so big these days. All my water bottles are covered in stickers. I wish I could show you. My bear one isn't, but that's just because the stickers won't stick because it's like a roundy shape. Man, I think I'm done with the inking. Oh my god, I'm so excited! A friend likes to buy stickers too when it was work. Oh yeah! Work toolbox. That's such a great surface for stickers. Buy them for each other all the time. That's awesome. So you have like little sticker trades or something? Or you just randomly, you're seeing your friend and you're like, by the way, dude, here you go. That's so fun. Yeah, I kind of wish I had one of my sticker water bottles so I could show it off, but I'm using my Bear water bottle today, so no stickers on it. It has the little word on the front. It says smile. Okay, I'm double checking, but I am 99% sure I am done with this, which means we can scan it in, clean it up, and make the Patreon rewards. Hooray! I knew it wouldn't take very long. That was like less than half an hour. Okay, so I've got to get my scanning stuff. I was very astute today, and I realized I would probably need my scanner. So I actually cleaned the stuff off the top. Yes, even though I tidied up my studio, I ended up with more stuff on the top. But this is just temporary stuff. I went through all my toys and collectibles that were in a bunch of boxes in the garage, and these are the ones that I am keeping. So I have a box of thumbtacks and those toys, and they're like those carded ones that have a little hanger at the top. So I'm going to hang them up around either in here or in my den. But anyway, I was smart and cleared that off in preparation for this. So hold on a second while I move over to my digital workspace. Swiping off the drawing with my swipey brush. And swiping off the glass of the scanner. And then putting the drawing in. Okay. Now I gotta move some equipment over to the other workstation. I'll move my mic first. Going on mute for a second. Okay, I'm back. Now all I need is my mouse and my keyboard. Wow, this means we're pretty much done with physical media for this piece because everything else is digital. So I shall move my little camera and it'll become the Chappy Cam. Let me see. Her face is almost cut off. I'll move it a little bit. There. And then for tomorrow's stream, I'll try to remember to move the other camera. And we'll have both Chappy and Aoife cams. Oh, Sarah is here too. Hello, Sarah. I tried to wave at you, but oh, I can still wave at you. I gotta go over here. Hello, Sarah. I was just about to switch off of that camera. I'm so glad you could join me. Hooray! Look at, oh, we've got a different variety of rangers popping in here. How are you? So glad you could join me. Let's see. I'm switching over to desktop display. Is this one it? Yes. Okay. Now, hope y'all like my birthday wallpaper that I got from Nintendo. Let me turn on the scanner software. Oh, and now I'm closer to my water bottle. I'll have a drink from it. There is a bird going crazy outside. It's awesome. I love it when the weather is this nice and I can just leave my window open. I can hear the birds and it's just dreamy. Okay, the scanner is on. Let's flip this. There we go. And, oh, shall I just scan the whole thing? Well, it's still perfectly framed from when I did this for my Patreon update the other day. Cool, so let's just scan. Oh, but I'm going to smush this down a little bit. It's looking... See right here, there's a little shadow. So I put my hand on top of the scanner and I'm pushing down gently, so hopefully that will even out. Oh, you're in bed all day. Ah. Oh. Well, I hope that you can just relax and feel better soon. Shots. Yeah, whenever I have to get any kind of shot, it's always exhausting. So it's usually a vaccine, and they just take it out of you. Just because you... ever since I watched Cells at Work, I'm like, well, because my white blood cells are working so hard. They suddenly have to work really hard because I put the vaccine in there for them to deal with. Also, I'm tired. It's not just about muscle cells. The other cells are working too. Alright, I guess while that's scanning, I can turn off Photoshop. There go the fans on my tower. No, that's open. We still got... What? Did you see that? Ah! It was said 3 minutes, and then it said 4. Oh! It keeps changing and going back up instead of down. Oh, so you got vaccines. So, yeah, makes sense. Ah. Interesting. So, yeah, no wonder you're just in bed. Jeez. Just one of those would be enough, probably. Do you know how long it'll be until you feel better? Do they have an estimate for that kind of thing, or is it just purely up to your individual body to work through it in its own way? It's finally done! Yay! Okay, we can close that. We'll say open this in Photoshop. Boop. I don't know why it always has Illustrator on the top. I rarely use Illustrator, and I definitely wouldn't use it for this. But maybe it's just alphabetical, because Adobe is A, and then Illustrator comes before. Okay, we can turn that scanner off so we don't have to listen to that whining sound anymore. And before I forget, before it gets knocked down somewhere or something, I'm going to put this drawing into my little file folder that I've been using for all of the physical media work on this entire series. Man, it felt like I'd never finish, and instead it only took like 20 more minutes of work. Okay, into the bees section it goes. Bees. There. Alright, this goes back to my project box. Done. No idea. Hopefully a day of rest handles it. Okay, I'm sending you all my healing vibes. I'm hoping a day is enough too. 'Cause I hate how I feel when I either am sick or I got a vaccination and it really took it out of me. Sometimes I get a vaccination and it's just like my arm is sore, but otherwise I'm fine. But other times it's like, I'm just going to lay in bed today. So. Alright, first thing... Oh, wait, no. First thing is save. No, not save a copy. We're going to save a Photoshop. Save as. Photoshop file. That's the first thing to do. And we'll put today's date. Oh, wait, we don't have to put it because it's here as part of the file name. I love that about my scanner. And then we're going to call this... Oh, but we're not putting it in here. We're putting in projects... Animal Onomatopoeia, and so I need to make a new one, new folder. Interior 8 bees. Full fatigue day. Oh, not insulting, just the reality. Yeah, just take it easy. You deserve some time to recover. I'm just calling this bees? Hold on, I gotta see what I've been calling the other stuff. Not nyam, because that's what I was calling it originally. It's kind of long though. Well, I'll just call it that though. Nyan, because nyan is the Japanese onomatopoeia. Meow is the English. And the first animal I did was cats. Okay, nyan 8. Alright, y'all, hold on. I went back to wearing glasses after about 6 months-ish give or take, 6 to 9 months of no lens, no vision correction at all. Last summer with the wildfire smoke was so bad, I had changed at the beginning of the year to contacts. But then the wildfire smoke was so bad I couldn't use them, and it was worse wearing them than to just have uncorrected vision. And then for a while I was like, you know what, this is fine. I don't even need my old glasses or anything. But then the past sometime in March, I was like, I can't take it anymore. My vision has gotten so bad. I'd look across the room and my husband's face is blurry. I'm like, okay, I need updated glasses. So I started wearing my old pair. I scheduled a checkup with the optometrist, and now I have updated lenses, and it's wonderful, but they had smudges on them that the sun coming from the window to my left, which I am now closer to, was obscuring my vision. So now I have cleaned those off, and I can continue here, saving this. Okay. Next, I'm going to make a new layer, copy of the background. Sorry, the dog barking is making it hard for me to think. It's just, it takes my attention away, and then I'm like, what was I thinking? What was I saying? Okay, so now we have this copy. We're going to edit this. And the first thing I do is adjust the levels. So we want to, no wait, before we do the levels, let's get rid of the blue as much as we can. So to do that, we're going to desaturate. And now we'll adjust the levels. So make the blacks black, 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 and the whites white, white, white. Although these ones on the edge don't seem to want to go away. Nope, that's too much. I'm going to have to manually erase some of this stuff. That's okay though. Just take it as far as we can while making sure that it looks as good as possible. Smudges, right? That's exactly why I decided that I would finally try contacts as everyday lenses. Now there's a little pet hair on my glasses. Because keeping the lenses clean was such a pain, I thought that contacts would be better. It was also troublesome when I was working out and then my glasses would slide off, especially when I was doing really long training runs. And so the constant jiggly movement would make, so I'm sweating, so it's slippery, and then the jiggling movement from run, step, 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 step is literally falling off my face. And so it was so annoying, but it was worse with contacts because of my allergies. So I have decided that the lesser of the two evils is glasses. And I'm back to them. And it's so nice. It's so nice to look outside. I did not realize how bad my vision was until I put my glasses back on after so many months without using them. I was like, dang. I didn't even notice that that tree was just a gray blur. I just got used to it and then put the glasses on. Like, I can see pieces of bark. Individual lines. Ooh, Aoife is snoring. When I take my break, I'll try to move the secondary camera so that you can see her. She's snoring so loud. Okay. I think this is probably good enough. The blacks look really crisp against the white. We couldn't get rid of this, but I will just manually erase that. So next, the next step, aside from Control S, let's save it, is to open my favorite tutorial. As usual, I'll share it on screen because it's so good that I love to share it so others know that it exists. It is this extracting scanned line art. No, I'm not buying anything here. Extracting scanned line art for digital coloring. Has paint tool Clip Studio Paint, and Photoshop. And it's not too hard of a thing to do, but I always forget a step or two when I try to do it from memory, so that's why I just always open this thing up. Alright, extracting line art, Photoshop. And for a second, I'm not looking at chat. So, just give me a minute. So first we got to cut line art from the canvas. So Control-Alt, Control-X. Then go to channels and create a new channel. New alpha. And then you paste it in here, Control-V. Next, you go to selection, load selection. Select load selection. And we do want it to say invert. Click OK. And there, it selected all the lines. Next, new layer. And then edit fill. And these look correct, so fill that. Yay! And now it's done. Eva's snoring is so loud right now. So we can delete this background copy. We don't need this anymore. I'm going to add a... Well, should I do white or gray? We'll do white because it's all black lines now. I'm going to add a white layer. Oh, oops. Let's unselect. Deselect. And then we'll add the white layer so that we can see this stuff now. Oh, this is facing the wrong way. Okay. I thought I had it facing the right way, but I guess not. So we're just going to transform and we'll rotate 180. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we'll name this lines. Oh, I'm gonna have to move my birthday stuff. I put a little pile of, let's see, let me take a step back. I share a birthday, well, he shares with me, with Usopp from One Piece. So when I went to Japan in 2003, we went to the Mugiwara shop, which I'd never been to before. That's the One Piece official shop. It's like a chain even. There's multiple locations anyway. And it just so happened that they were doing a birthday promotion where they had everybody's birthday for all the characters, and then you could buy stuff that was for their birthday, or you could try to get a random item out of a blind box or something trying to get their birthday, and you could choose April, but you couldn't choose a specific birthday. So I have my little pile of stuff that I got from there, which I got out for my birthday, just to decorate my space here. Oh, there goes a loud truck or something. You've got the beautiful sounds of the birds and the not quite as pleasant sound of the motor vehicle. It's gone though. And the birds aren't gone. Hooray. So anyway, I had to move that Usopp birthday stuff so that I can pull my monitor down. Alright, hold on. It's still have to adjust my space. Let's see. Put this over here, and now I can put my mouse and keyboard over to my right. Now I can pull it down. All this stuff is out of the way. There we go. Okay. Oh, all I want to do is erase things that I don't want, and to make that easier, I'm going to add on a stroke style. Haha! So, this is why I do this. You can see not only the stuff that was visible, you could see these lines right here plainly, that border. But there's all these little dots here too, and I definitely don't want all of this stuff. So that's the first thing we're going to do is clean that up. We don't need this to be quite so high though. It's size 10, that's probably good. Sarah, whoa! Yep, there's so many things. So we don't have to worry about this stuff outside of here. This is just the margins, but I want to clean up all these dots and stuff inside of here. And then eventually I do want to remove these lines on the outside. This line down the middle where the two pages came together. So let's get started. Cleanup time. So I'll get rid of the, oops, let's do eraser, not paint bucket. I'll get rid of the dots and things inside the frame first, and then I'll remove the frame last. We're entering into another one of those very meditative activities. It doesn't require a lot of processing power, just patience and attention to detail. So it's not like you're completely zoning out. So it's more like meditation, where mindfulness meditation, which I do every day in the morning, is just about paying attention to your environment, paying attention to your physical state, and even paying attention to your thoughts, but not allowing yourself to be carried away by your thoughts. So it's kind of the same thing here. It's not completely zoning out. That's why I call it meditative. But you're still paying attention to these little things. It'd be great if you guys were hearing that bird song out there. It's so nice. It's so active. We have a nature reserve fairly close to my house, and I more often get to hear these kind of sounds only when I'm over there. But the birds are over here, and it's nice enough that I think the birds are usually over here, but it's nice enough that I have my window open. I don't always... There's a very short window in the spring and in the autumn when I get to enjoy having the window open. These little strings of dots are very tricksy. I think they're from the sketch, from the blue sketch. It didn't quite get completely eliminated by changing the levels. There's still little bits here and there. I keep thinking, oh, I think I'm done with this one. And then I keep noticing, well, nope, there's a little one. And there's one. Yeah, inside of here. It's kind of tricksy because sometimes it's like, oh, that's just a bunch of black lines. That's how it should be. But no, it's actually filled in with little specks. You gotta get them specks. I always think about how a different artist might not care, but I care. So that's why I always clean it up. So if I don't like my art, there's no point in making it. So I do things the way I like. This'll finally done. It might finally. Oh no! Look at this jagged line right here. Whoa! I wonder if it would actually be helpful if I made the stroke way smaller than I usually do. What if we take it down to 5? Oh yeah, we're gonna take it smaller. tracing too far right there, though. Don't take it too far. Me? I thought I'd be able to get the Patreon rewards done today, but seeing how many little specks there are here, I don't know. I don't know if it'll actually happen today. Might be tomorrow. March's Patreon rewards done tomorrow. But I'm going to keep working. We might be able to get them done. I would be very happy if we could. Because I was thinking for the next reward, if I can get all the base color put down, then that would be a cool next step to present. So I'm imagining everyone first getting the lines, then getting the flat color, then getting the shaded color, and then maybe, because it usually does take a while for all these things that I put into these pieces, then the final version with all of the onomatopoeia all over the scene, filling the air, and the speech bubbles on it and everything. Oh, look at all that. Look at all that. It's tons. Tons of specs. Whoops, I erased a little bit too much. Didn't want to erase that. Oh, there's my squeaky chair again. Never did fix it. Just a few more, it seems like. Sure, I could take this even farther and make it even smaller of a stroke and find even more teeny tiny dots, but I think this is good enough. So much work. Yes, thank you for noticing. I really do. I came up with the formula when I started doing this project as my capstone graduation project. So it's not too tough to just follow the steps and get her done, as it were, but the amount of work required doesn't change. So that's why for Patreon rewards for a little while, I want to send works in progress, or the different steps, the different stages, so that I can focus on this and hopefully finish it sooner rather than later. And even though these pieces are mostly digital, the only physical media is the ink for the lines. That doesn't make it any easier. In fact, I think it makes it harder because I can do way more things with digital. And I do. Fans on the PC goes loud. The bird song ended outside. This is the one I just inked. Just a few minutes ago. Oh, like half an hour ago, still. Oh, did I erase too much? I did. Don't erase too much. I think this might have the greatest amount of thin lines of any of the pieces I've done so far in this series. Oh, there's a little dot inside the B. How about you, B? Is there a little bit more cleanup? Yeah. You got a little bit more cleanup to be doing. I think that's pretty good though. I haven't seen a real life bee yet this year. And flowers are coming out. I'm quite enjoying those. Our cherry tree is in blossom. I took some lovely pictures yesterday. I love taking pictures of it every year. Ah, no, I erased too much again. And a little dot inside of this bee. Everything is so close here, it's hard to tell where I could actually erase something, or if it would just end up erasing the black line instead, which I don't want to do. This is so tiny. Everything is so tiny here. There's a little black spot right there. I don't know if I want to keep it. I guess I'll keep it. It's kind of interesting. It's a little bit different from the other lines in the area. It's crazy how the birds just all up and left, I guess. It's so quiet outside now. Here's a spot where I actually want to clean up the ink, because it's overlapping in a way that doesn't make sense. The nice thing with digital is even if I miss a spot, if it's really going to be a problem later, I'll be able to fix it later. So I'll keep everything on separate layers. And I'll always have something to go back to if I make some really wrong turn at some point by accident. Or I didn't realize that it would end up that way and I'm like, no, I want to go back. Oh, the puppy cam. Yeah, you got the chappy cam for now. I'll try to get the IFA cam up. I'll move it on during my break. Yep, Choppy just a little tiny licorice wheel. Just snoozing a little ball. Yep. And Aoife just heaved a big sigh, as she so often does. Man, it's gonna be so fun to color these bees. I'm really looking forward to just laying down the base color. That's one of the funnest things for me when I'm gonna do digital coloring, is putting the flat color down. Fans ramping up made me think maybe it's a good idea to save. Woo! It's a hurricane in here. Tornado. Like jet engines when you're taking off in an airplane. Super loud. We have reached cruising altitude. The fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. Ready for takeoff. Yeah, what the heck? I don't know what I was doing that was different that made it go crazy just then. Not with this particular PC, but with ones in the past when the fans suddenly ramp up. Sometimes that does precede a program crash, so that's why occasionally when it happens I'm like, probably a good time to save. Just in case. Oh no. Oh my goodness, Wolf, thank you so much! Well, they're the best! Yay! Thank you for donating $15 to Rowdy Girls Sanctuary. That is 1.5 times our goal. Yay, day one! Thank you. Thank you so much for helping the animals. I appreciate it so much. Yay, so happy! You're the best, Wolf. Thank you so much. Wow. And this is our first time supporting Rowdy Girls, so I hope they'll be happy to receive the donation from Twitch. I don't know if anyone's ever fundraise it through Twitch, I'm pretty sure people get notified where the donations come from. And when I make my donation separately, at the end of the month, I always, if it's possible, I always put from Studio Mikarts viewers for March on Twitch or whatever it is. But definitely the ones through the Twitch charity system should say where the donation is coming from, so I like the idea that they know that people on Twitch are supporting them. And helping the animals is so important to me. So I really appreciate it very much. Thank you. Oh, here comes that loud motor vehicle again. Guess they got home. Sounds like a motorcycle or something. It's got that bubbly kind of brrr sound. That could be a truck though. Personally, I prefer the bird song though, but the birds have all gone. No more birds for me to listen to right now. I guess they all figured out what they were doing and then went off to do it. They were having a discussion that whole time. There's so much to clean up here. I guess I must have drawn really hard with the blue pencil because it's just super messy around every single line. Oh, here we go again. We're taxiing down the runway. It's not that warm in here. I wonder why it's needing to cool off so much. I don't feel like I'm doing that much. As usual, I have all my other programs turned off so that I don't have any resources going elsewhere. Let's do a save just in case. Photoshop is too intense. Apparently so, because this is the only time it does it. Makes sense though. Photoshop is a really heavy-duty program. And it's not cheap. But it's worth it, I have to say. Even with all the problems I have with it, it's still the best. Happily, we figured out that one problem. I mean, it's not actually resolved, but that person on whatever forum figured out a workaround. So my biggest problem with Photoshop is not as big a problem anymore. Whew, we finally got this side cleaned up. It's not even half done though. That is a lot. A lot of... It's not really mess, but some leftover lines to clean up. Uh-oh. Here we go again. It's not too bad yet. Yeah, that's what I have. I think it is. So even though it is expensive, it's worth it it is a value for what you get. I do think it is. It's definitely worth it. It's expensive, but worth it. Especially since it was a huge help when I was in college and I had all kinds of different projects to do, not just illustration. There were times where I had to, for some of my arts entrepreneurship classes, make a video ad for myself and like advertise myself. And so it was so much easier for me because I already had the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, mostly for Photoshop, a little bit for Illustrator, but it also came with Premiere. It came with, oh goodness, what is it called? The one that you can use for audio. So I used that as well to record the voiceover. And then I used Premiere to put the video together, and it was just all available. And these days they have the built-in tutorials and stuff. It's pretty good. Oh, Sarah says break time. It's true. I'm so focused on this dang blossom. Oh, Wolf, I miss it sometimes. GIMP is good when if you are enjoying it as a hobby. I think that that's perfectly fine. And Paint Tool Sigh, and of course I love Clip Studio Paint. It's part of my workflow even now, not just as like a hobby thing. So, but basically what I learned is to be a professional illustrator, you've got to have Photoshop. At the very least, you have to save all your files as Photoshop files. That's the industry standard. So I may as well keep up with it. But Sarah is right. It is well beyond break time. I was having such a great time with this little flower bud here. So let's save this before we go. Let's take a 5-minute break. Please do, everyone else, please take a break as well. Do what you need to get stretched and refreshed. I will be back in about 5 minutes. everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. It looks like something weird went on. Seeing these little mod messages. Thanks for taking care of whatever that was, Wolfax. It doesn't look like anything now that I'm back, but it looks like something weird happened. Oh, hope everybody is stretched and refreshed. I am. My muscles are especially sore because I mostly did yoga over my break. I did go on a nice hike, but otherwise, this is my first week back into more intense workouts, and I'm starting to feel it. It's only been a few days. Okay, I'm pulling all my stuff back. Okay. Got my tablet back in my lap. Tablet glove back on. What the heck happened? Oh. What the heck? Oh, that's so sad. I sure it wasn't on purpose. I don't know that much about Twitch even myself, so I was like, what the heck? What the heck could have happened? Wow, so now we know that swiping, if you have mod powers, just deletes stuff. I don't know if you can get, I don't know if I can like right click and get them back. What the heck? I can't do anything. That's weird. Oh, I'm sorry about that. For both of you, because that's, it's a weird situation to be in, and I'm sure nothing was on purpose, I'm sure. But it sucks to have your comments erased, and it sucks to realize that you can't take it back. I was quite surprised when I came back. I was like, what the heck could have happened? Oh. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, I've been live streaming for so many years, and yet I hardly know anything about Twitch. So I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. Just swipes and it gets deleted and timed out. What I thought might have happened is one of Sarah's dogs took her phone and went running around with it and posted a bunch of nonsense messages or something. That's what I imagine happened. Oh, that's so dumb. The app will allow you to do these other things, but then it won't allow you to do something basic like that without verifying? That's crazy. It seems like a bit of a design flaw to me. Oh, I don't think that that's incompetence. If you didn't know that it would happen. I'm sure you didn't do it on purpose. There's no reason why you would. Well, Sarah, I won't ask ask you to retype everything because it's probably very frustrating just thinking about it. But if there was anything you really wanted me to know, I'm back. You never know what'll happen on Twitch. Live streaming is so interesting. Weird stuff happens. Oh. Oh, God. Said another dog Amazon stretching. Aw, it didn't take that long. You know you want to see Aoife's her belly and one of her back legs. That's all you can see now. Oh. Better verify your identity if you want to apologize. That is so crazy. What a weird set of requirements that it would let you to do. I'm flabbergasted, as you can tell by my stuttering. What an odd situation. Well, you know what? This will be a great story to tell later. Probably frustrating now for the both of you. For me, I'm not laughing at you, but this is a very entertaining and weird situation. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not glad that it happened, but since it did happen, it is amusing because of its oddity. But it probably sucks for both of you, so I'm very sorry about that. I don't want this to be a negative experience for anyone for any reason. But since it happened, and we can't take it back, I think it will be a funny Twitch story sometime in the future. Oh, did I just erase too much? I think I did at some point, but I'll just fix it later. I think I did earlier. Because there's this little bump here, and I don't think that's part of the original thing. But it's fine. Right now I'm just doing cleanup. I will be adding and changing these lines even further later. Not mad, it was just confusing. That's good. That's good. We can keep the positive vibes going. Or recharge them if it became neutral vibes. It should be interesting for the recording too. Oh, hey, you know what? Did it... Oh, it's too late to check. I wonder if it got deleted off of the chat box on the recording? You know what I mean? Interesting. Technology is interesting. And frustrating. It's kind of like we were talking about Photoshop. It's not always good, even if it's the best of its kind. It's not always, that doesn't mean it's perfect. Even if Twitch is my chosen streaming platform, live streaming platform, that doesn't mean that it's not without its flaws. I did get some good stretches in though, looking back at that message. Stretch my back, stretch my arms, shoulders, my sides. Shoulders are especially sore today. It was really fun though. I hadn't done a Zumba dance workout in a long time. Today was my day where I do Zumba to get warmed up, do cardio, and get the sort of, what is the word? So I like dancing because it provides both, it's not just about cardiovascular exercise. It helps with your mental fitness as well because learning the dance steps requires a lot of cognitive effort. Furthermore, the dance steps require a sort of limberness. There's a term for it. Agility. It works on my agility in a way that strength training and running doesn't. So it was my Zumba and Ring Fit Adventure Day, so I got some Ring Fit in to get my strength workout. Is Zumba a type of dance? Yeah, Zumba is so it was a dance class inspired... Okay, this is the story that I heard. The person who started Zumba was one of those dance class teachers where it's like a sort of chain thing, and then you learn the moves along with all the other teachers, and then you have your class of people and you teach them. And one day he forgot his official music, and all he had was like this I can't remember exactly what it was, sort of like Latin American music. So he just used that and sort of made his own dance routine up on the spot and led his class through it. And it was so popular that he founded Zumba. And now there's all the main thing is a live class that you sign up for and pay for a subscription, and you like go to the Zumba class place and stuff. But there's a Nintendo Switch version. So that's what I do. I just dance on my Nintendo Switch. And that's why it's so easy to do Ring Fit Adventure right after that for some strength training. Ugh, annoying. The ad wasn't in my stream though, was it? I wish I could completely turn off ads on my stream. That is not the vibe that I'm trying to do. And Twitch is always like, you can make money if you do ads. And I know, that's not what I'm trying to provide people. I want to provide a nice calming experience, not ads. Or maybe not calming all the time, but something enjoyable. Oh, back into Ring Fit. Yeah, I can imagine it would be tough. Probably more stuff like walking would be better. Of course, I don't know. I don't have first-hand experience, but I imagine that. Something a little bit more gentle, more endurance-based, like walking, or even hiking. I don't know if you have hiking trails where you are, close by. Because then if you did hiking, it wouldn't be high intensity on your body, but it could still be high, well, like on your muscles. No, your heart's a muscle too, dang it. But it could be more high intensity for your cardiovascular system. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay, the ad was separate. Okay, good. I can't control that. Yeah, now that I've seen what ads are like on other people's streams as a non-subscriber on their streams, yep, I made the right choice not signing up for the Twitch ad revenue thing. It's not worth it to me. The little bit of money I could make by putting ads up is not worth... It's sort of like going against my values, almost. It feels like compromising my values by putting those up, so... I'm not interested. Trying to regularly walk the dogs. But today is a special circumstances. You got all those injections. You've got to relax and rest. Your body is already doing some active stuff at the cellular level. I used to take my dogs on a walk every single day, but ever since Aoife got attacked last summer by that off-leash dog, I don't have the confidence to go out on my own, so we just walk them on the weekends now. But we play every day inside the house, so it's not like they don't do anything, but it would be nice if I could feel confident going out on a walk, but there were some legal repercussions, but not very much actually, and the dog that attacked still is still around. So not that I want them to be killed or anything, but I would like them to be rehomed, or at least have some sort of assurance that they won't be let out off leash again, but there's nothing like that. So I don't walk my dogs every day anymore either. Just saying, we're in the same boat. It's insane money for larger streamers, but it instantly makes me close the stream. Yeah, when I was thinking about it, I was like, this isn't even going to make me very much money anyway, and then it'll be super annoying for anybody watching. And I started streaming to connect with people. I actually never imagined I would get to the point where Twitch offered to let me be an affiliate and let me make any money, like through subscriptions, ads, or anything. I didn't think that would happen for me. So my primary goal remains to just connect with people and share my art with people. Wolf says, especially when it has multiple chained together. Yes, it's so annoying, especially when I'm in the middle of chatting with someone and then they don't realize that the ad break happened, and then they're done telling me what I asked about by the time I get back. That's pretty intense for me to wait for when the ad is... Control when the ads play so that it's break time. I mean, it makes sense. That's a very smart thing to do. It's a little bit too much for me, but that is a smart way to do it. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to walk 2 dogs and have a baby, especially if something happened and say you have the baby in the carrier, like strapped to your chest or something, and you've got a dog in each arm. If something happens, you have no limbs left to really do anything other than, like, you could run. That's it. Aw. That's nice. I'm taking that as a really nice compliment. I can play a 5-minute ad when I take my break and then set the phone down and let him play. Aw. I won't do that, though. I hate ads. It's just a personal, like, I hate them on TV when I'm watching. So my favorite is women's soccer. Watch it quite a bit. And I hate it when the ads come on. I'm like, oh, mute it. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. They make me feel like my brain is turning into mush. Almost physically. Like, it feels like, you know. I hate them. I hate ads. I hate them. So it's also, it really is just like a values thing. A personal pet peeve. Not trying, it's for my satisfaction. Not necessarily trying to be nice to other people about the ads. I just think that other people probably feel the same way as me. Yeah, I've seen that. That's a good way to do it. To say ad jail. People have said that for me when they first pop in, because even though I don't get ad revenue, Twitch still plays ads on my channel at the beginning when someone first pops in, apparently, if they're not a subscriber. Which I wish they wouldn't do, but whatever. There shouldn't be more ads than content. And the ads are louder, yeah! It's especially annoying on an art stream. It's like all the ads are designed thinking, oh, Twitch equals gaming. And then when it's an art stream or just a chat and chill stream or a reading stream or something like that, and then you've got this boisterous ad attacking you out of nowhere. Oh, have a safe trip home and a great rest of your day. Bye, Wolf. Thank you so much for resubscribing and donating to the fundraiser. Have a great day. Bye. I'm waving the cursor at you. Bye. How much time do we have left? 25 minutes left. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this cleanup done today. But as I always say, I don't want to rush it. I want to do this right, and I want to be happy with the result. And this is that big flower in the middle that's so detailed, so there's a lot of stuff to look at. It's actually not as easy as it might seem to detect where all the stray marks are. So I have to try to be systematic about it, but sometimes one catches my eye and my pen drifts over there and I end up skipping a whole section and I have to remember to come back. Oh, this part is so detailed. I did it to myself. I did this to myself. It's worth it though. It's worth it to clean it up because then when you're coloring, it's so much easier. And what I do by the end is color the lines as well, so we won't have black lines at the very end. It's going to be colored in a way that matches what the main color of the subject is, so that they're a little bit more subtle. That's one of the feedback I got during the workshopping sections, the critique feedback sections of this project when I was doing it in school for my illustration degree. And it was that the black lines were a little bit too strong compared to the color underneath. Oh, we can erase this line down the middle. Okay, I'm going to scoot my scene over a bit. That way I can see the entire flower. I'm not going to dictate what you should or shouldn't do, but if you're worried about your monthly postcards, maybe make a couple quicker pieces to have as a backup. I was doing that. I started the Imaginaturalist sketchbook series partially to do that. But it was also partially to make sure that I keep honing my ink illustration skills, since that's the method which I intend to use for illustrating the interior of my Griffin novel that I'm working on. So, look at this little bit right here. Look like a little ghosty. Look at these little eyes right here. Oh, look, it has a monocle on it. Hello. Good day to you, sir. Okay, away it goes. Ghosty goes. Okay, anyway, yeah, it was hard to decide what to do because I do have the Imaginaturalist sketchbook to fall back on. But what I was finding when I was doing that, because this is such a big project, it was taking me extra time trying to get back into the flow of this piece, and I'd have to remind myself what I was doing, and sort of it took a little while to change gears mentally. So I decided that for this piece I will try to get it all done in one long go without taking a break to do a quicker piece. But that definitely was my solution last year for some of the other bigger illustrations, and then I was doing the Imaginaturalist sketchbook in between. But This one's just such a big piece that it's been hard to take a break from it because I find it very difficult to come back to it and remember what I was doing. But thank you for the suggestion. I'm glad to know that you, as a Patreon subscriber, think that that's an acceptable thing to do. Because that is definitely part of my system. I'll call it my illustration system. This particular project, though, is so time-consuming. My other ones aren't. Not just the black and white ones, but those greeting cards I was doing last year didn't take nearly as long as this either. I keep erasing a little bit too much. But that's just how it be. I do so many different things, and that's how it ends up. If you just took a sketchbook to a park, did some sketches and watercoloring, it'd be beautiful and unique to just give you a filler. Oh, thank you. That's a great idea, actually. I was thinking that it could be cool. So in August, we are going on an Alaska cruise, and I thought it might be cool to do something like that in Alaska while we were there. Do some plein air watercolor sketches. It's not a stop, it's like, there's a specific term for it, but it's like a cruise by or something. We're not going to actually stop, but we're going to cruise by all these huge glaciers. And I thought that would be really cool. To plein air watercolor paint some glaciers, and then maybe one of those could become a Patreon reward. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. It does give me heart to see those words from you, because I try to remind myself that everybody who's ever joined my Patreon has always been so understanding and so reasonable, especially when I was in school and it was insane. And I was like, I can't get Patreon rewards done for 6 months or whatever. But nobody quit on me. And everybody's always really happy when their postcards arrive. So I appreciate that very much. I think this should work out well, though. What the work in progress idea for this piece. Because the inked lines alone here, I think, are going to look really cool once they're all cleaned up. And then to have 3 or 4 iterations to compare, to have in hand and compare them, I think that'll be really fun. Tom wants to do Alaska cruise, so I don't travel well. Well, one day your kiddo gets old enough to be babysat by your sister or something. You want to do a couples cruise with me and Sean? That would be awesome. You just let me know. Ever since we did that Japan cruise a couple years ago, I'm like, oh my god, I love the ocean. I love the sea. I love being on the sea. It's so relaxing. Oh, I love it so much. Of course, depends on the person, because some people get totally seasick and stuff and just have a miserable time the entire time. But you're lucky. You live rather close to the coast, I think, so you could probably try something like a little weekend cruise, like a little local weekend cruise, and see how well you do. I have heard it makes a difference, though, whether you're in a smaller boat. Apparently, smaller boats lead to more seasickness, but the big cruise ships are a lot more steady, and so they don't affect people as much. I'm super excited because this particular cruise we're doing is it's a cruise line. Well, it's not a cruise line. It's a vacation line, I guess, called Holistic Holiday at Sea, and they do vegan cruises, so I don't have to worry about anything. It's all gonna be happy food, happy, like bathroom toiletries and stuff, so like no honey or weird stuff in it that I don't want in the shampoo or the soap. And I can just relax and enjoy knowing that there's only happy stuff around me. And I don't have to look. I don't have to double check everything. I can just order something from the restaurant and I know, hooray, it's vegan. So I'm really excited for this cruise. And I've never been to Alaska, so that's super exciting. Have you ever been on a boat at all before? I hadn't really been very much. I mean, I had. The first time I ever remember being on a boat of any kind was when my great-grandma on my dad's mom's side, so like paternal, maternal, or anyway, my great-grandma passed away, and she had her ashes were spread at sea. So we were just on this little, it wasn't a cruise ship, it was just a little passenger boat with the group of mourners. But all I remember is my dad and my grandma being there. I was too young. I remember being given a flower and told to toss it overboard after the ashes were spread. And that was my first experience on a boat. So it was just a neutral occasion for me. I was so young. I had never even really met my grandma until my great grandma until right before she died. So I had I had not had enough time to make an emotional connection, I've been on a couple times, but you get motion sick. Do the Dramamine pills or patches work for you? We packed a bunch when we went on the cruise, just in case, because neither of us knew. I don't usually get motion sick, period, but who knew, going on the sea, that could be completely different. We didn't, either of us, need them, though. You could barely even tell. It was really fun one time. It was the one time that the sea was a little choppy. And that was the time that we went in the hot tub. So it was really fun because it's all rocking around and splashing around. And nobody else wanted to be out there in it. So we had it all to ourselves. It was extremely fun. I loved it. So here there's actually a gap from where the two pages came together, and I'm filling that in. Try to remember to do this all the way down. In fact, I might go all the way down the entire page just so that I don't miss anything. Do the whole page now. Bovine seems to help pretty well. Never been on a cruise ship. Yeah, you might be fine. I have heard that people who get motion sickness in cars and planes are fine on cruise ships just because the cruise ship is so massive. I need to turn this size down a little bit. There we go. Okay, moving down. We're going to do the whole line. Let's finish with the B, I think. No, Whoa, how is it already almost time to stop? Having a great time today. Thanks to all y'all in the chat. Also because it's really fun to do this, so. Oh, that's a little bit too big of a line. Let's make that a bit smaller. Alright, moving down. I think actually the only thing is this B. And then we'll go back up to the cleanup area. This doesn't quite line up here. Well, I will just change it so it does. There. Boom. Okay, back up here. Back up to our main focus. Make sure it's centered. Okay, back to the eraser. We've got 9 minutes. Man, I'm surprised it took this long. I thought I'd be farther along than this, but I don't think I'm even halfway done. I'm thinking more about your suggestion, Sarah, about the plein air paintings as rewards, and I feel like that would actually be really cool if I just did that whenever I go on vacation to some cool place, because for my birthday, the weekend before my birthday, I went with a friend, and like I said, we went on a hike, and the vista, we didn't even get to the top of the mountain, but the vista was just all around us. Absolutely gorgeous. Unbelievable. There was still so much snow left there compared to here, and I feel like I could have sat there for a little bit and done a painting and been proud of it. Because it's easy when the scene is beautiful to make a beautiful painting. I don't have to try very hard. Nature's doing all the work. So thank you for that idea. I'm going to keep that in mind. I was already thinking maybe I could do something like that for the Alaska trip, because that's extra special. That's a big thing. I like saving up for it and everything. But maybe it doesn't always just have to be for super special occasions like that. I'm checking all these little flowers to make sure I didn't forget anything. And here's like this little... There we go. That's better. It's really hard to tell. I think I'm missing a few little spots in these little star shape areas. It's hard. Maybe if I make the eraser smaller. Make it really small. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. think this cluster maybe in here. I think this cluster's mostly cleaned up. Oh, a little bit of bird song is coming back. It's very far away. I doubt it would be caught on the mic, but you can hear a little beep, beep, beep. Sort of higher pitched, but similar to like a honking sound, like from a goose or something. It's very high pitched. It's definitely not a goose. I love hearing the birds. I looked over at my secondary camera. Now you're seeing Aoife's back. You can see the quality of her shiny fur. Can't really tell it's a dog exactly. That's especially appropriate since we live in Idaho. Aoife looks like a potato cam. That's now the unofficial name. Depending on her position, it's a dog cam, or it's a puppy cam, or it's a potato cam. Yeah, she does have that. She's a glistening russet. Freshly cleaned, ready to be baked. So funny. Now I keep looking over there to see it, to see the potato cam. Chappie's a little licorice wheel. Aoife's a potato. Now some birds have come back that the sound they make sounds like fireworks going off. It goes like... Alright, less than a minute. Guess I'll call it good here. Let's take a quick look at what we did today. I have not been able to... Well, I could have, but I did not take the time yet to just look overall what the progress was. Birds make some of the weirdest sounds. It's true, especially if you listen to the sort of imitation... what's the word? There's a specific word for it. You know, like cuckoos can do it, and I think maybe lyrebirds can do it. There's different types of birds that can mimic pretty much any sound, and it's crazy the videos that people have taken, and you can see online of them, like, imitating the sound of a drill. Like, you know, a mechanical drill a screw into the wall kind of drill, or of a siren from a... like an emergency vehicle or something, and they can just imitate those sounds. It's incredible. Alrighty. So here's with the stroke on. You can see, oh, it looks so clean over here. So we got maybe a fourth done. Actually, probably a little less than a fourth, but still. We're working on it. Here's without the stroke. Yeah, I think it's coming along nicely. Just got to keep powering through. Considering that I did not start with this today. I started with finishing the inking. I think that we should be able to finish cleaning this up tomorrow. So, oh, thank you, Sarah. You got this. Yay! So, I will just leave this. Well, I'll close Photoshop, but I'll open it right back up tomorrow. I'll be back at the same time as usual, and we will see where we can get working on this. So I hope to see you then, but even if not, allow me to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. That's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching.